Can you solve 10,000 plus questions?
In just 40 days,
More than 1,000 concepts per subject.
Within this chaos, we have 2 pre-board exams to face.
And we have to revise it all at least twice.
Do you really believe that you could do all this alone?
Sounds so unrealistic, right?
You are not alone in this battle. We at 100 Learning are going to provide you with
Weekly study plan with micro targets.
chapter-wise 100 expected questions with solution.
Daily interactive live sessions.
And Menti quiz to challenge yourself.
Let's make impossible seem possible.
Seem possible.
Seem possible.
Seem possible.
Science is not a tough subject, right? If you have understood the concept, definitely you can score good marks. But what one has to ensure to score good marks is the trick. Alright, so we all know that our science exam is on March 2nd. So obviously you people might be preparing for your examinations, but still. So what should be our approach? Let us look into it. Number 1. Start practicing the exemplars and exercise questions as many times as possible. Number 2. Start practicing the PYQs again and again to get a better understanding. Number 3. Solve as many as numericals, CBQs, assertion reason questions and diagram based questions you can. Cut. Having 40 days in hand, we have 13 chapters to complete. So what should be our approach? So have it in mind that you complete 1 chapter per 3 days as per the plan that I mentioned before. Alright guys, so the checklist that you people have to follow before your exam should be that you have to read and understand the NCERT concepts as much ever as possible, and then the NCERT exercises, exemplars, CBQs and the PYQs. So this should be your complete package plan for science.
As far as English is concerned, students may think it is a very easy subject. Yes, you're right. But with the right strategy, we can score good marks in English. And your board exam falls on 26th February. And as far as English is concerned, the first thing you have to concentrate is prose, poem and supplementary part. You have to study all these stories and be thorough in it. Listening is a great way to revise all these stories. So if you need help in any of these, just let us know in the comment below. Coming to the grammar part, the major mistake we do is we learn all the rules, but we don't practice any of it. So we have to practice n number of concepts in tenses, active voice and passive voice, direct speech and indirect speech, gap filling, omission, editing, and subject-verb concord. The last and final thing we have to concentrate is the reading part, which is going to be your section A in your question paper. So for part A, you don't have to put much efforts. What would make us happy than scoring good marks without studying? So as far as reading part is concerned, we have to practice n number of questions which we will provide you. And here is the checklist for your English exam. So just make sure you have covered it all, and if you need help in any of these or if you have pending portions in all these, just let us know in the comment below.
Of all the subjects concerned, maths is the difficult one. Getting 85 itself is a big deal nowadays. This is because we never knew a perfect strategy to follow. All you have to do is to practice the heavy weighted chapters first. So to start with the heavy weighted chapters, algebra is the top most priority chapter, which has polynomials, pair of linear equations, quadratic equations and also AP for totally 20 marks. So you have to practice at least 250 plus questions in each of these 4 chapters. Next, coming on to geometry, which we are going to have it for 15 marks, which has circles and triangles. In these 2 chapters, you need conceptual clarity, theoretical knowledge of all the theorems, and only then you can apply all those formulas and theorems to the sums, right? So always have conceptual clarity in these 2 chapters and then practice the sums. Moving on to trigonometry, it is of 12 marks, but you have only 2 chapters for it. Okay, so you have to master this with all the formulas you know. So trigonometric ratios, relationship between trigonometric ratios and also trigonometric identities. And the next chapter, which is heights and distances, you have to know to draw the given statement problem into a figure, and then you have to find out which trigonometric ratios to be found. If you are mastering it, then you will nail these 12 marks. Moving on to the least weighted chapters, which is statistics and probability for 11 marks, and then mensuration, which has area related to circles and surface area and volume. These chapters are to be practiced only knowing all the formulas in hand. And then comes the least weighted chapters, which is real numbers and coordinate geometry. For all these chapters, you have to keep in mind all the formulas and the methods to solve. With these information in mind, you have to start preparing each and every chapter in this record from NCERT sums and then mastering all the NCERT exemplar sums, and you have to practice more number of previous year questions. That too, for heavy weightage chapters you have to solve more number of previous year questions, and then moving on to chapter wise most expected questions, which we are going to give you with solutions, and then you have to prepare more number of case based questions and MCQs. With this you can easily enhance your mark from 85 to 100. So all the best in this journey. We are going to help you throughout to make all these impossible targets make achievable.
Coming to social is not much difficult as you think. Do you know this is the subject where you can score good marks? You have your social exam on March 7. Among all 15 chapters, you must concentrate well in nationalism in Europe, lifelines of Indian caste, religions and gender, globalization, money and credit, and forest and wildlife. Take the help of this list. Just check yourself if you have completed all of this. That is NCERT case study questions, MCQs, 2 marks, 5 marks and chapter wise most repeated questions. Are you ready to do it with us?